Writing a novel can feel a bit like bushwhacking through a jungle with a kitchen knife. So in this video, I'll walk you through how to use one of the most popular plotting guides on your writing expedition, so you hopefully don't get lost in quicksand or eaten by a snake. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to use the 3 core lessons of Save the Cat to keep your story straight. And make sure you stick around for the last point, because it's basically the framework of every story you've ever loved. So, Save the Cat is a plotting system that was first used by scriptwriters, but has become very popular for novelists as well. In fact, there's a novel writing version of Save the Cat, which is the book I'm working off in this video. This system is like our guide through the jungle of plotting a book, so that we're no longer flailing around, but going on an actual expedition. And it comes down to 3 things every expedition needs. So first off, your expedition needs a great explorer. That is, a main character. And to help with that, Save the Cat teaches that if you want a great main character, a story-worthy hero, you need to give them 3 things: a problem, a want, and a need. Let's look at these one by one. A problem is either some kind of issue a character has in their life or a personal flaw that needs fixing, or better yet, both. Now, let's use the Hunger Games as a running example through all these points, since it's a story we all know. So for Katniss's problem, for example, she's living in a poor district under an authoritarian government, and her little sister's just been chosen to join a televised death match. The second thing your story-worthy hero needs is a want. This is some goal they're aiming for. For Katniss, her want is to survive the Hunger Games and get back to her little sister, Prim. And finally, your hero needs a need. This is a life lesson they need to learn. For Katniss, she needs to learn that there's more to life than surviving. If she really wants to win, she's going to have to stick it to the capital that's putting the districts through all of this. So there's your main character according to Save the Cat, the explorer we need on our expedition of plotting a novel. But once you know your explorer, now you need a map. And Save the Cat serves that up with the 3-act structure. And by the way, to keep track of everything we're going through, I've created a handout that you can download in the description. So to keep your story organized, Save the Cat splits your story into 3 large acts, and they have some very schmancy names. Act 1 is called the Thesis. This is your story's setup. It shows your hero in their status quo world, showing all their problems before everything starts to change. This covers around the first 20% of a novel, though every percentage I share is kind of wiggly from novel to novel. In Hunger Games, Act 1 goes from the beginning of the novel up to Katniss arriving in the capital and getting off the train. Then Act 2 is called the Antithesis, so it's like the opposite of Act 1. A great way to think of this is, as your hero leaves their status quo world, they enter an upside-down world. And this world is basically designed to challenge your hero's flaws. Act 2 covers about 50% of your novel. In Hunger Games, Act 2 goes from entering the capital to Katniss covering Rue's body with flowers and vowing to win for her. And Act 3 is called the Synthesis. And this is where the hero brings together who they are from Act 1 with what they've learned in Act 2, and they become a new person in Act 3 who's able to meet their challenges head on. In Hunger Games, Act 3 goes from after Katniss vowing to win to the end of the story. So these acts are a nice start for structuring your story, kind of like a map for your jungle expedition. But to actually get through the jungle, you need an actual trail to walk. And here is where Save the Cat really shines. Beyond the 3 acts, Save the Cat takes the organization another level and breaks the story down into 15 key points. the most important moments in every story, regardless of genre. These are called the story beats, and they slot right into those 3 acts we just went through. So let's walk through the 15 story beats so you can see how they'll work for your story. To keep this video shorter, I'll skip over the percentage length of these beats and whether they're a single scene or multiple scenes. But I'll put all that information in the downloadable sheet if you want every detail. So first we got the beats in Act 1. Beat 1 is the opening image. This is a snapshot of your character at the beginning of the novel. Think of it like a before and after comparison, where the last scene of the book is going to have the after. In The Hunger Games, this is where Katniss wakes up on reaping day, poor and hungry, and leaves her house to hunt. We get to see that she's all about survival. Beat 2 is called the theme stated. This is a scene where some character makes a statement that hints at what the hero needs to learn by the end of the story. In The Hunger Games, according to the Save the Cat author, this is where Gale suggests that Katniss should flee District 12 with him. Beat 3 is the setup. This is a bundle of scenes, and its main goal is to show the hero's status quo situation. Who are they? What do they want? And how are they reluctant to change their personal flaw? In The Hunger Games, this is where Katniss and Gale are hunting. They go home to prepare for the reaping, and we learn how the Hunger Games is a punishment for a failed uprising long ago. Next, we have Beat 4, the catalyst. This is some life-changing event that happens to the hero that will throw them into a new world or a new way of thinking. So for Hunger Games, this is where Prim is chosen as the tribute, and Katniss immediately volunteers to take her place. And then to end Act 1, Beat 5 is the debate, which is where the hero debates what they should do next. In Hunger Games, this is Katniss preparing to leave, saying goodbye, and getting the Mockingjay pin, the symbol of rebellion that she doesn't understand yet. Then we've got the beats in Act 2. Beat 6 is Break into 2. This is where the hero is finished debating and accepts the call to action to leave that status quo world and enter the upside-down world of Act 2. So in Hunger Games, this is where Katniss arrives at the Capitol, and she sees this glamorous and excessive world that's totally different from the world of District 12 where she grew up. Beat 7 is the B story. Here's where we get the introduction of an important character who's going to help the hero learn the theme of the story. In Hunger Games, this is where the kids are doing the live TV interview and Peeta confesses his love to Katniss. Then we've got Beat 8, which is called Fun and Games. And this is basically the big selling point of the book. It's where you get to see the hero figuring out this new upside-down world that they've fallen into. So in Hunger Games, this is the kids training and the games themselves. Beat 9 is the midpoint, which is the literal middle of the novel. And it's a point where the stakes raise in the story. So here's where Katniss has been stung, she's hallucinating, and Peeta's got a chance to kill her, but instead he shoves her off and tells her to run away. Beat 10 is Bad Guys Close In. And here, things are getting worse and worse for your hero, especially showing how your character flaws are causing them problems. This is the part of Hunger Games where Katniss and Rue are working together, but then Rue gets stabbed. Which leads us to Beat 11, All is Lost. And this is the lowest point in the novel. This is where Rue dies just after making Katniss promise to win the Hunger Games. And then we've got the final beat in Act 2. This is Beat 12, Dark Night of the Soul. This is a reaction beat where the hero takes time to process everything that's happened so far. All the decisions they've made that have brought them to this low point. In Hunger Games, here's where Katniss covers Rue's body in flowers and vows to win for her. And last of all, we have the Act 3 beats. Beat 13 is Break into 3. This is an aha moment. It's where the hero realizes what they need to do to fix all their problems. So here's where Katniss finds Peeta after the rules are changed, so they're both allowed to survive. And she kisses him, telling herself she is just faking it. Beat 14 is the finale, and here is the climax of the action. This is where the hero shows they've learned the lesson of the theme, and they use it to fix their problems. So in Hunger Games, here's where she goes to get Peeta medicine, which is her first truly unselfish act. They do the endgame battle. The game makers revoke the rules so that Katniss and Peeta now do have to kill each other. And in revolt, they pull out some poison berries to force the Capitol to declare them both winners. And then finally, beat 15 is the final image. So the first beat was a first snapshot of this before and after pair. So this final beat is the after. It shows how much the hero has changed after going through this adventure. In Hunger Games, this is Katniss returning home, not just as a survivor, but as a rebel. So that is your walkthrough of Save the Cat. Remember to download the handout for reference as you're working on your novel. And if you want to know all the juicy details of how to use Save the Cat, watch this video next.